Very interesting because there are people who would come and they really have all the qualifications, but maybe just because of how maybe their persona
Your
was reflected
personality.
would make you actually lose a certain position or chance to go to the next level.
Finance.
And I'm just seeing all those qualities in you, and I'm like, yo, listen, the directors will be watching. I'm just telling them, like, yo, you better know how to handle this one. Better be prepared to how they're going to handle all these situations. But yeah, so interestingly, what would you say, like, because we're just talking about like just the industry in general and stuff, because definitely it's fun for you. It's something that you're very passionate about.
Yeah.
But what are some of the things that you've maybe noticed in the industry, and then you're like, what are some of the hurdles that maybe you've had to overcome, or just
Yeah, for me, I feel like just wearing the hijab has protected me from so much
Oh,
because
trust me. Oh, trust me. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That industry it has a very dark side as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
you really need to be careful.
Yeah. So please just tell us about like
For
the
me, I feel
hardships.
like wearing the hijab speaks for me before I speak for myself. But when I'm having conversations with my friends, they tell me, and I have been approached by brands that have, okay, I'll give an example. Oh yeah, there's this brand that approached me, and I told them, yeah, definitely we can work together, but these are my principles. I'm not comfortable wearing anything that shows too much skin. I'm not comfortable wearing anything that's too tight. And they're like, yeah, that's cool, that's cool. So I met up with them, and they were like, oh, so you want like dresses and skirts, and yeah, sure, that I am cool with. I meet with them. The first thing I saw were the skirts, and I swear they were not even halfway to the knee. They were
They are
like,
belts. They are belts. They are not skirts. They are belts.
so it was a really good deal when I saw the contract. But when I was going into this, I promised myself that I will not do anything that goes against my principles. And the good thing with that is no one will approach me with ill-intentioned agendas, because they know the answer is going to be no. And I've talked about it. I'm very vocal about that. I want to go into the industry. It is a really beautiful industry, but I will not do something that will make me lose respect for myself.
Such a relief to hear models say that. It's such a have any, like, because how the industry comes with like a lot of sketchy people.
Yeah.
Are there like some sketchy
Not
agents
even
who've come in?
Not even
What?
one. Not even.
What?
All of them, I think because of how I portray myself, they know the kind of person I am, so they will not even think of approaching me with an idea that they know I'm just going to turn down.
Wow. It's because you've heard my other podcast, right? So you've seen like when I'm
Yeah,
asking models
like-
like, has somebody approached you and
You,
offered you like,
yeah.
do this for me, and then so
I'll give
nobody
you
has
this
ever.
and Not even one.
Wow. You see?
And I feel like that's the beauty of me putting my principles first. And I think the best part of it is I'm able to follow my dreams but still staying within the lines of my religion, my culture, my principles.
Wow.
Like, I'm not losing myself in the industry. Because I feel like it's very easy to lose yourself, and just if you don't protect yourself, like if you don't stick with your principles, you can easily get lost in this industry.
But I was also talking, I don't remember who I was talking to, but you see, you'd also have like a good majority of models who maybe have come from, an upbringing where it's like, not from really like well-off families.
Yeah,
So at times when they're put in these situations,
yeah.
it's really hard for them to say no, because they're like thinking like,
These are things that I've never had growing up. And
Yeah.
they see the flashy things being thrown at them, expensive bags,
Oh yeah.
whatever.
But how do you deal with that? Like for you, because let's say yes, you have come from a household that has like an upbringing and everything, but you see, I've seen and heard you talk about like a lot of independency. Like, I don't want to take a loan from my parents. I don't want the loan that my dad wants to give me. I want to do it on my own.
Yeah.
So what makes you like still stick to your principles? Or what would you, because it hasn't happened yet, what would make you say no? Like, let's say if somebody said like, this business plan of yours, it needs like 3M, 3 or 4M. Okay. How about I'll fund it like fully. But in return I'd want, what these sketchy people come with. They come with such good deals and like just woo people away.
Yeah.
What would make you say no to that cause? Yeah. You don't have to go to the 8 to 5. You don't have to take a loan. Plus your business like Nini is there right in front of your face.
For me, I think one, I'm a very private person. I'm one of those introverted extroverts. Like most of the time I'm introverted, but put into a situation. But I think being in this industry has pushed me into being into more social environments and having to be an extrovert and having to talk, walking the runway, and so much exposure. I think I feel like a huge part of who I am is how I was brought up. The religion, not just the religion, also like my teachers. There's this teacher I had in class 8, our class teacher, Mrs. Sang. I swear I will never forget that woman. Every choice I make in life, I just try and think, what would she think about it?
Yeah.
Like she had said, I think back then I didn't realize it, but throughout, I think high school is when I started realizing how big of an impact she had on me and on my classmates as well. Like she was our class teacher, but she was also like a mother and a best friend at the same time. And I feel like controlling the people, controlling who you allow to influence you is very important.
Yeah.
Controlling the energy around you. If you surround yourself with, if today I was around models that they would encourage me to.
You can just say it. You don't have to say like.
Models that would encourage me to do things that were outside my principle. I feel like the pressure would be a lot. But I surround myself with people who have the same goals as me, people who motivate me, people with positive energy who are always talking about growth and self-love and independence. So I feel like who you let around you, who you keep, is also very important.
The people you keep around you.
The people you keep around you, the energy you keep around you is very, very important. And I feel like that has played a huge role into helping me remember who I am in times when it's hard to. And yeah.
But does this mean do you get along with the other models?
Very well.
Do you have models who talk about these things around you, or they just respect, like you said, they respect like already the hijab? First of all, they're like, if we need to talk about this, we can't talk about this around Ikran. Yeah.
But no, they actually do talk about it. And like I don't know if we mentioned this in the podcast earlier. I was having a conversation with Scarlett Ware, Miss Universe 2017, and she was telling me about like the whole experience, everything she went through, like the whole process from auditions to actually, she was top 8. It was I think more than 90-something women, each representing a different country, and she made it so close to the finals. And I was asking her, how? Please.
Yeah, how?
Teach me your ways. And like she was very open about the whole process, and I feel like we really, despite us being like different, we're the same at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. Like we follow different paths, but we still have kind of the same principles at the end of the day. Like we're just different religions, and I wear a scarf. But I feel like with me and her, that's almost like the only difference, because she has